Online School of English by Alex Rubinoff.
And welcome to the second part of our grammar workshop. We're going to talk about recommendations, giving some pieces of advice and suggestions. So, about advice, the basic form is should. You should go to New York. That's a beautiful city. You should definitely go to New York. If I were you, I would go to New York. That's the second conditional. We know about that. So we can use it to talk about recommendations and giving recommendations as well. You could go to Detroit too. That's a suggestion. You could go there, and you could go to some other towns and cities as well, because that would be very interesting, wouldn't it? So you could do something else. That's a suggestion for you to do something else. What about the past forms? If we put it in the past, we have a very special form for it. You should have gone to New York. You should have gone to New York. That's criticism. I know that you were in the USA. Why didn't you go to New York? You should have gone to New York, right? So you should have used this opportunity, right? So should have and the third form, right? That's criticism. Or also I could say you could have gone there. You could have gone to Detroit. So depending on my intonation, it is criticism or just a simple assumption, like logical deduction. I know that her parents posted some pictures on Instagram, so she could have gone there too. That's simply my logical assumption. Or I know that you were in the USA. You could have visited me. Why didn't you? You could have visited me. So that's depending on my intonation, we put some additional sense to it, right? So about probability and certainty, there are different poles of probability and certainty. So in the middle, you can see that it is not certain, not for sure. Something is possibly true. It may happen, it might happen, it could happen. Just about the same sense, yeah? I may go to the cinema, I might go to the cinema, I could go to the cinema. Maybe, I'm not sure. What about can't? If it isn't true, we are certain, we are sure that something is not true, we use can't. She can't be at the cinema. She is sitting next to me. She can't be at the cinema. Here she is. She can't be there. And must, that's about things that are definitely true. We are certain that some things are true. It must be difficult. It must be very expensive. I know that you bought a car and you don't have money right now. It must be very expensive, like car or like something else. So as you see, can't, it isn't true. Maybe, it might be, could be, that's 50-50. And must, that's absolutely, definitely true. All right, okay, so a few examples. He must be crazy. He works 24/7. He must be crazy. This must be my sister at the door. I know the way she walks. I can hear the footsteps. So this must be my sister at the door. That's my logical deduction. She can't be 40. She looks as if she's 14. She can't be 40. That's impossible. I'm certain that it's not true. She can't be 40. They should be here soon. Yeah, I guess it's time for them to come. They should be here soon. It might rain, 50-50, I don't know. It might rain, might not. They may go to Greece. They told me about their plans. They may go to Greece. They might go to Greece soon. They haven't bought the tickets yet, but they may buy the tickets pretty soon, right? You could be right. That's not 100% sure. I'm not 100% certain about it, but you could be right. There is always a chance that you could be right.
You may think you like someone, but you could be wrong. You may think you like someone, but you could be wrong. You may think you like someone, but you could be wrong.
And now, guys, I'll ask you to click to pause the video and for your practice, write your own sentences using these modal verbs and the same ideas, all right? Ready? Are you sure? Have you practiced? Okay, so if you have, let's move on. So about speculating about the past, so the assumptions about the past, what could have happened, what should have happened, or must have happened. When we speculate, it means that we suggest or we guess that something happened in the past this way or not the other way. So yeah, an important notice before we start is about the types of infinitives. You remember that we have the 4 general ideas that we use when we talk about our tenses. For instance, to write, I write every day. Be writing, I am writing right now. Have written, I have written the book. Have been writing, I have been writing this book for the last 2 years. So as you can see, these are the 4 types of infinitives, and these are the building blocks of English. Everything is somehow connected with these 4 types of infinitives. So as you can see, we use infinitives with the modal verbs. So I can say, I can write a book. Yes, I can write a book. I can be writing a book, or she should be writing a book now. She isn't writing a book, but she should be writing a book right now. Why isn't she? She could have written a book. Yeah, I'm not sure, but she could have written a book before that. Yeah, before the moment we're talking about. She should have been writing a book for the last 2 years. So here is her deadline. She should have been writing a book. Она должна была быть пишущей все это время, this period of time. But she probably didn't do it. Or she hasn't been doing that. The next way that we can use the infinitive is the passive form. So the book can be written. Physically, it can be written, right? The book should be written. The book about war should be written. The book should have been written before that, but probably it wasn't written, by anyone. Yeah, we need a book about the war. It should have been written before that. So these 6 types of infinitives, they can all be used with the modal verbs, and that's why we can use could have done, could have been, should have done, and so on and so forth, because we use not only the basic type, but also the perfect infinitive, right? So let's talk about that a little bit. Must, may, might, could, and can't. Remember the probability and certainty, right? This line. We can add any type of infinitive we like, actually. We must do it. They may do it. They might do it. They could do it. They can't do it. Or they must have done that. That's logically they must have finished their work. I can see that they are free, so they must have finished their work. They may have finished their work. There is a chance that they have finished. They may have finished the work. They can't have forgotten their passport there. Here she is. Here she is with the passport, so everything is absolutely certain about it. So have done, have taken, have broken, and so on and so forth. we use this type of infinitive with the modal verbs, which is completely natural. So let's take a look at some examples, for instance, about deduction and logic. A little bit of Sherlock Holmes here. He must have eaten the chocolate cake. We can see that some little pieces of chocolate are still in his hands. So he must have, должно быть, он уже съел. He must have eaten the chocolate cake. That's logical. That's about logic. And about the assumptions about the past, speculating what could have happened, should have happened, must have happened, and so on and so forth. She can't have been hungry then. I know that she can't have been hungry. We had lunch together, so she can't have been hungry after that lunch. She must have been hungry yesterday. Logical deduction. She didn't have breakfast, she didn't have lunch at all. So yeah, I guess that she must have been hungry. She must have been very hungry. The next couple, they might have gone to Paris last year. I know that there is a chance. There were some photos. I'm not sure where they were from. Probably Paris, so they might have gone to Paris. They could have lied to us then. So I'm not sure if that's true or if that's a lie. But I know that they are liars, so they could have lied to us then. And the next one, she must have already done her homework. She's outside. She must have already finished her homework, logically. She might have already done her homework. There is a chance. It's midnight and she's quick. I am not sure, but she might have already done her homework. So please guys, click to pause the video and write your own sentences similar to these, using these sentences as examples. Alright, so let's practice. Are you ready? Are you sure? What we could have done, might have done, must have done, right? Okay, so if you're ready, I'm very glad. And then see you in the reminder video very soon. So have a nice evening. See you.